Here we have an Apex study, Nasdaq futures intraday on a 10-minute time frame. Again, we used best fit approach. We used the best fit approach to apply. You can see this hold, we draw this down, and we can see this hold here. Now we draw this in and we'll have a potential apex on our hands. We can see that price is coiling. However, the purpose of this chart is to illustrate the concept of the coiling, the building of cores. Here we do coil down tight into the center of the apex, but the extremes, as in the highs to the lows, are not particularly large, and we do not bounce cleanly between the areas of structure. So that's the supply line and that's the demand line. We don't bounce up and down like this. Okay, that would be a lovely apex. Here we bounce up, down. This is still an apex, don't get me wrong, because we're bouncing, because we coil down. However, the way this apex is formed is rather sloppy, and therefore the result is sloppy. We don't break out down with widespread down bars. We kind of ooze out, have a little rally and ooze down. So a weak or a sloppy weak apex produces, say the cores built in this apex is sloppy, therefore the move out is sloppy. Okay, don't get me wrong, I mean this move is still, you know, 80-90 points, very good move, but the break is nothing spectacular. Why? Because of the cores, and this is a very important concept to understand. But we're not going into the details or how to trade this apex. It's just to recognize that A, it's an apex, very important, and B, it has a sloppy cores, and as it has a sloppy cores, the effect, as in the break, should also be sloppy. Okay, the energy built or the cores is sloppy. So let's take a quick look back. We can see that we tighten up here, we bounce a bit more cleanly, and look, when we break out, the angle of ascent is steeper. Why? Because this has a better quality cores. Still not picture perfect because of the end here, but this has a much better quality cores. I can't explain it any other way, but the cores is better, hence the angle of ascent when we break is better. And if we look back, we can see here, we come back, it's not as good, therefore the result is not good. I mean, these are the nuances or subtleties that provide us with an edge. How? Well, if we're in position, we have expectations. We should know how the apex will break by the very nature in which it was formed. If it was sloppy, we expect a sloppy break, and if it's tight, we expect, you know, almost instant recognition, instant gratification. And of course, this is very important data.